And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Thursday, March 24th. I am Josh Engleman, and I am here to break down a 5-game NBA slate for all of you. So thank you for being here. Before we get started, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Cannot beat it. Good to see everybody here today. We got a bit of an easier one. We don't have 11 games to get through today. Just a nice, simple 5-game slate. Nothing crazy. I'm on everything today. This, contenders, strategy show, live before lock. You get me for every single bit of it. We're diving in hard today. It's going to be a good time. Good to see everybody in chat. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. I should have got a haircut yesterday, and I'm seeing it in the stream right now. But, well, maybe we can get that done today. We shall see. Definitely need one, though. Nobody cares that I need a haircut. Oh, man. Ooh. It's not a fun slate. 2 of the 5 games have the potential to be like real big beatings. So that should be a real good time. But we'll get into all of that in a bit. We might as well just get started. I don't have much to talk about. Like, I don't care that Tyreek Hill got traded, so I can't even talk football stuff. It's just sort of the last stretch of the NBA season. So let's start. Well, actually, let's start here. Right there, in fact. Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this show. They have been for all of it. It's been great. Happy to have them. Swag box is right over there in my closet. I can see it right here. I appreciate all of the gear that they hooked me up with. You guys should go sign up at Prize Picks. Go to awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo or go to the link in the description of this video to get 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Ooh, music's too loud. Brandon, good call. Forgot to turn it down. See, it's not important. That used to be automated. Anyway, let's try that read again. Shout out to Prize Picks for being the sponsor. Click the link in the description. You get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. You get a little bit of a deposit bonus from Prize Picks. We have the Prize Picks player prop tool on awesemo.com. That is going to help you out tremendously in everything you try to do at Prize Picks. Apologies for the audio, folks. Hate when I forget to turn that down. Let's get into it now. Rise and grind, everybody. That's where we're at first and foremost. I've got my coffee. I hope you do as well. Whether you got a coffee, tea, water, beer, food products. If you're not much of a liquids guy in the morning, you wanted to go to hot dogs or Pop-Tarts or chicken nuggets, I think that's totally reasonable as a breakfast food. Or you just hit the good stuff. That one works too. Cheers to all of you. Let's bring it all together. Clink. That's where it's at. Let's get that coffee in the throat. Oh, yeah. That feels good. That feels real good. Let's get into this then. Let's change the screen up. We'll go bang. Coffee and 2 hot dogs. Yeah, Kickstart. I saw that Roby had a good day, and I got immediately irritated. Tried to get out in front of that one. Did not get rewarded. All right, we're going to start it off. Cleveland Cavaliers. And RIP to Fields on that one. Heartbroken. No Jared Allen, no Rondo, but it looks like we don't get Dean Wade back. He's done for the year. Okay, so same rotation we've had for a while now. That's fine. That's also way easier. Skywalker, thanks for the super chat. Head to bed. Enjoy yourself. Guess we need to get Lamar Stevens a couple extra minutos. Karis LeVert. Can we talk about how little he's playing right now? Just saying. Doesn't appear to be playing as much as you would expect. All right. Where are the minutes for Lamar Stevens going to come from? They're not going to come from Evan Mobley. I don't really think they're going to be coming from Isaac Okoro. Karis LeVert has averaged 24 minutes in the 5 games since his return. I guess I could take 2 away there, take him down to 26. That gets me up to 20 on Stevens. Chetty, in theory, probably needs a couple extra minutes. I'm fine with Love's minutes. I'm fine with Markkanen's minutes. I'm fine with Mobley's minutes. It basically comes down to, should Moses Brown be in the rotation? Did Cleveland play yesterday? Is this going to annoy me? I don't think they did. I don't remember talking about them. No, they just haven't played for a while. I don't have, as you can see, the daily leaders table for Basketball Reference has not been populated, which means I don't have yesterday's minutes, which is annoying. All right, Cleveland, Moses Brown sort of played. It was a late rotation. I'm going to assume that he doesn't play. Or at least plays way, way less. So we're going to take Chetty up to 18. We're going to take Lamar Stevens up to 23. And I'll do 1 minute for Moses Brown. I just think it's S&P. I just think it's fascinating that, like, you know, people were touching themselves to this Caris LeVert trade like it was any good, as if he's any good. It was a bad trade for Cleveland. Now let's check out Toronto. Rates don't have to change for Cleveland. Certainly need to change for Toronto. Do we have everybody back for the Raptors? Q tag on Trent. Q tag on Anunoby. Okay. Is that real? Is that a real Q tag? Can't be, right? Well, I guess it is. I mean, I guess he had to come back eventually. OG Anunoby, questionable. All right. Well, I mean, that's important. I got to put him in now. Unlikely to play. He did practice, no contact. Okay, so I'm going to leave him out then. A questionable tag is nonsense. Obviously, obviously Van Vliet can stay in. Yeah, the Caris LeVert stuff I don't understand. People think he's young. He's not young. Like, he's just not young. Like, he's some 22-year-old, like, grown into it. You can find inefficient guards everywhere. Truly everywhere. Let's look at the historical trajectory. Caris LeVert. Yeah. Completely average at best. I don't know. What are we looking for here? Not all that interesting. He's almost 28 years old. The finished product. Right, and at that point in time when he made that trade, he wasn't even young. All right, so let's work our way through this for the Raptors. We got to get Gary Trent back out there. I'm going to assume he plays. I don't know. Trent averages like 35 minutes a game. Van Vliet in for 37, 38 for Barnes, 38 for Siakam. I got 29 in for Precious. That feels about right given the last 5. 19 for Khem Birch. Feels about right. Boucher in for 26. That I actually don't like. I want to make that probably like 22. Assuming that Gary Trent is back. 17 for Thad Young seems fine. There's 38 for Siakam. That leaves me 5 minutes, which I think go to Armani Brooks in that case. Yeah, that's fine. Toronto's easy. Just need to give Gary Trent a usage rate. So let's pull that up. Ron, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody here. Glad to see everybody here. Hit that like button if you haven't. All right. How many games have they played with everybody around? Siakam, Van Vliet, Gary Trent, Scotty Barnes. And then we'll add OG Anunoby off. That basically gives me today. A lot of people leaking in a little late. Guys, we start at 6:30 around these parts. I'll let it slide for today. All right, let's grab these Toronto rates just to make sure. It's a 5-game slate. Every rate is more important. Every player is slightly more important. And rebounds. All right, we can take Boucher's usage away. Van Vliet in for 24. I'm going to bump that up to 24.5. Cut the assist rate a little bit. Everything else stays. Gary Trent, 21% usage rate when everybody's available. Everything else stays the same. Hey, I know the feeling there, Nate. Siakam, 26.9. Assist rate actually way lower than you would expect. Scotty Barnes, 19. Rebounding rate goes higher. And then finally, Precious Achiuwa. I got a sneeze coming up, too. Invigorating. Late night with the 2-week-old baby girl. Okay. I'll let it slide on that one, Ron. Congrats, by the way. All right, Toronto done. So it's Cleveland, 4-point dogs. At Toronto, 215 total. My nose is so itchy right now. So for Cleveland, really not a ton to look at. Oddly enough, Karis LeVert on FanDuel at 4,900 might be the most interesting thing you could find. Mobley also pretty close, but just not a lot of priorities here for me for this Toronto team. Or for this Cleveland team. On the Toronto side, though, very different. Very interested in Pascal Siakam. 8,500 on FanDuel, 8,500 on DraftKings, and he has the center eligibility on DK. Van Vliet, maybe a little dinged up, but to me, looks really good. Barnes looks good. Precious looks decent. Trent looks okay. If we just want to sum it up and put everybody together, we can do that on our new table. Whoop, whoop. So, I don't know. Let's set a threshold of like 3 for right now. I mean, you can see it pretty cleanly here. It's 4 Toronto guys on FanDuel before you get to Mobley. It's 5 Toronto guys on DraftKings before you get to Markkanen. They just have way better pricing. So let's move on to game number 2. And this is where it starts to get a little dicey. Yeah, Adam Young, allergy season is right. Although I barely have them any longer. It's like 1 or 2 sneezes a day at best. When I moved to North Carolina, I got rid of all of my allergies. All right, let's check out Indiana. And let's just check and see if basketball... Ooh, Basketball Reference got their stats again. Okay, so I want to load this because I hate when it's not up to date. I don't even know if anybody's on a back-to-back today, but I just want to handle this. So we're going to handle it. That is a great percentage, Steve. I agree. All right, let's grab yesterday's stats. Alrighty. Brief 2-minute break to update for yesterday's data. Boom. Oh, Green Wizard. I'm so sorry. It's awful. It's awful. Glad you're here for this. I hope it could help take your mind off of it at least. As someone who's going through some health stuff with his parents, that one hits home today. So, nothing but the best to you and your family. All right, let's get this updated stuff. Ah, man. Green Wizard, I'm sorry for you. All right. Easy stuff here. We're already updated. Let's get all the new tables. Not that pace matters, but I do like having updated minutes. It's just easier for me to look at my own sheet. All right, and done. Now we're back in business. Now we're good. Now we're doing it. Nice refresh. Jokic and Giannis. Looks like Jokic is pulling back away in the per minute rates, but top three in the league: Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, all 1.63 or higher fantasy points per minute. Then you drop to Luka at 1.55, and then you drop all the way to LeBron at 1.35. It's crazy how much those three guys have separated from the pack. Alrighty, now we got our rates back up and ready to go. Now we can dive into Indiana like we wanted to. Because it was important. Pacers played yesterday on one of those minutes. Now we need to figure out who's playing for Indiana, and obviously that's going to be difficult to do on a back-to-back. Q tag on Brogdon, doubtful tag on Isaiah Jackson, Q tag on Duarte, Q tag on Jalen Smith. None of those things are actually real. And that's where it starts to get a little difficult. So I'm on the wrong sides. That's just going to piss me off. I got to fix it. All right, we go there. We go there. Okay, so we didn't have Brogdon yesterday. We didn't have Jalen Smith yesterday. And we still didn't have Duarte. And Isaiah Jackson played 7 minutes. Okay, so none of this was fun. Do we have any notes on these guys? Brogdon. Is he going to play the second half of a back-to-back in a 12-point game in Memphis after playing Sacramento the day before? Duarte. Okay. Gonna assume Duarte's in. Gotta assume that Isaiah Jackson's not playing today, right? Just because of that headache, concussion stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take Isaiah Jackson out. I'm gonna assume Jalen Smith plays, I guess. He's just a little sick. So let's assume Jalen Smith plays and plays like 26 minutes. We're going to get, I don't know, probably like 27 out of Goga. We'll see 8. I don't think Malcolm Brogdon's going to play today. I also don't have a clue, so I got to leave him in, which is kind of real irritating. Halliburton's minutes look fine. Buddy Hield's minutes look fine. Duarte's minutes look fine. Goga's minutes, Dwayne The Rock Washington's minutes look fine. That leaves me 17 minutes. I think I'm going to go to Terry Taylor for those 17 minutes, and then that's it. Could be Justin Anderson. Who knows? Doubt it, though. We just don't know enough for Indiana right now. It's kind of impossible to deal with. I actually don't have to change any rates. I think this is all spot on to what we want. So I'm going to leave Indiana. Unfortunately, they're going to be very interesting because of this pace up spot against Memphis, especially Memphis with what I would imagine is still no Ja Morant. So I think we're going to keep the same rotation that we had. Both these teams on the back-to-back. I'm going to keep the same rotation that we had yesterday. I'm going to assume the Ja isn't playing here. Doesn't seem smart to run him back. So I'm going to maintain the exact same rotation that I had before. I don't know why we would be putting Ja in unless it's been talked about that he's supposed to play, but I don't know why he would sit out the front end and then come back for this double-digit ass beating of Indiana. So Memphis looks fine to me. Lots of pieces here to like. Let's start with Indiana. Assuming everybody is in except for Isaiah Jackson, which makes some sense. Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton, and Malcolm Brogdon are all like incorrectly priced on FanDuel. Halliburton is $1,400. Let's just think about it like this. Halliburton's $7,500 on FanDuel and $8,900 on DraftKings. I like Halliburton on FanDuel with Brogdon in, which means that if he comes out, Tyrese Halliburton's one of the best plays of the day. Buddy Hield is $5,600 on FanDuel, $7,300 on DraftKings. Again, I like Hield with Brogdon in. If he's out, that's fine. If Brogdon plays, he's probably the best overall play on Indiana, and you still get to those other guys. I think Goga for $4,900 on DraftKings looks great. There's a lot of real wild disparities in price tags for the Pacers across FanDuel and DK that I think everybody needs to take advantage of. We got to remember, Memphis is second in pace this season. Second. As of right now, 0.2 of a point behind Minnesota and almost a full possession ahead of third. So keep your eyes on Indiana for today. All of that news will be very important. On the Memphis side, assuming Ja isn't playing, you're going straight back to Tyus Jones. Now, he's a little bit more expensive on FanDuel, $5,100, but he's $4,300 on DraftKings. He's the preferred value again for today. Jaren Jackson, I think, looks solid. Bane looks solid. Let's see how it all looks on the table. Bum, bum, bum. There it is. So we see on FanDuel, Hield, Halliburton, both go to the top spots. Buddy Hield in particular is at the top spot on FanDuel. But we've got this pack of Hield, Halliburton, Siakam, Brogdon, Van Vliet. Definitely on a different scale. And honestly, you could probably put Tyus Jones and Jaren Jackson in that same sort of grouping. And then on DK, you get Tyus at the top pretty easily. Then you get real ceiling type dudes in Siakam and Van Vliet. Then you sneak in that value with Goga. Brogdon will be a big piece, though. All right. Game number 3, Washington Wizards, 12-point dogs in Milwaukee. This one I don't expect to look very good for the Wizards. Feels like this one's probably not the best spot. No Kyle Kuzma. Otherwise, everybody else is in. So, 24 minutes for Neto, sure. 22 minutes for Ish. Sure. Will it matter? That's the question. I've got Porzingis in for 28. I should probably go to 30. 18 for Gafford. Sure. 30 for Rui. Sure. 26 for Denny. Sure. 32 for KCP. Sure. 32 for Corey Kispert. Sure. Okay, so Washington's set. No changes to make. Don't have to worry about the Kuzma stuff. Everything else just comes out in the wash. And then we go to Milwaukee. Now, we had no Chris Middleton the last time out, and we have no Chris Middleton again today. Middleton is going to be out for this one. So same rotation, I assume, that we got the last time, other than the fact that now they face the Wizards and they should stomp them. But I'm going to go 34 minutes to Drew Holiday. I'm going to go George Hill as the backup. Brook Lopez played 24 minutes. I think that we need to assume that that's going to be a standard moving forward. Serge played enough minutes. Bobby Portis played a little bit less. That's kind of scary. We'll see what we can do there from a minutes perspective. I'm going to take out everybody else. It doesn't matter. We've got. I'm going to get Portis back up to 26 just in case, because I think he's the most likely to do that. We're going to put Giannis in for 34. This is just going to be really flat, like all the time. Grayson Allen for 24. Pat Connaughton for 22. Wes Matthews for 24. And then, 18 for Javon Carter. A little bit of Jordan Nwora. I don't know. Most of those guys don't matter. Look, we're only really worried about Drew, Giannis, and whatever's going on with Bobby Portis' price on FanDuel. So as we look at it, we start with Washington. They don't look all that great. They got a lot of okays here. A lot of okays. And that's what happens when you face Milwaukee. On Milwaukee, Giannis, exceptional on both. 11.4 on FanDuel, 11.7 on DK. I got him at 1.81 FanDuel points per minute in this spot on FanDuel. That is 0.02 of a point higher than what he's actually done for the past 30 days. So that feels reasonable. Drew looks really good with no Middleton. And then Bobby Portis is 5K on FanDuel. It's certainly worth a shot that he just plays more today and they don't play Brook Lopez as much. As we add game number 3, you're not going to see Washington showing up on this list with any sort of volume. Like Rui is here at 12 on DK. Porzingis is 13th, but you do get Giannis straight to the top on both. Clear top pay-up option. Pairs very well with Tyus on DraftKings or like Buddy Hield on FanDuel. But we can start to see the delineation. We know where the core is right here. Okay, 2 games to go. What do we got in here right now? 82 viewers, 49 likes. Yeah, we're going to start getting a lot less people in here just because it's the end of the season. But if you're here and you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. Bull, am I playing tonight? I am playing tonight. I am on live before lock, so I will play tonight. Last night I watched Dune instead of playing. I enjoyed it. Chicago, 1-point favorites in New Orleans, 228 total. And by all accounts, this is just the normal Chicago team. Levine probable, Javonte Green available. DeMar is questionable. So we will keep our eye there. And then just might as well look at New Orleans while we're here. Unlikely to see Brandon Ingram. Larry Nance, probable. Okay. So I don't really have much that I need to change here for the Bulls. Maybe Kobe White just plays a little bit more than I was anticipating. I don't totally know where to take those minutes from. Maybe we'll do something like that. Like that. Actually. Bang. There we go. That'll work. Chicago's just what they normally are every night. If DeMar ends up out, fire up your Zach LaVines even more aggressively than what I'm going to be pitching in a second. And then we get New Orleans. We get Larry Nance back, which honestly really complicates matters here. So I got to gut this entire rotation. So we've got Joval in for 30, and I think that seems reasonable. Now, the real question would become, do they stop playing Willie Hernangomez? Because they should. They should go to more Larry Nance lineups, but we'll see. I'm going to say that Nance plays 16 minutes, something pretty light. We're going to take Jackson Hayes to 30 if it's competitive. Seems okay. We'll say Devontae Graham is the backup point guard plus a little extra. We got CJ in for 35. We go ahead and toss Herb Jones his 30. And then Najee Marshall and Jose Alvarado both need like 22 to 24 minutes. So Alvarado will go 22. Najee Marshall will go 22. That leaves me 15, and I'm going to say they go to Trey Murphy. Dang. Easy. No rate changes. I think we're going to like CJ McCollum a bit here. As we look at Chicago first. I mean, I really like Vooch, Levine, and DeRozan on FanDuel if they're in. And if DeRozan happens to end up out, I'm going to like them way more than I do right now. I think they look okay on DraftKings, too. There's just a lot to like there for the top end of the Bulls. DeRozan's 7,700. He was a 10K player earlier this season, and nothing's changed. 7,200 on FanDuel for Levine. 6,700 on FanDuel for Vooch. These guys have all been playing at a 1.1 fantasy point per minute rate over the last 30 days. Even if you just want to say that that's the rate, 1.1 fantasy points per minute for Levine playing 36 minutes is still 40 fantasy points. That's exactly where I have it. Like, I really like the top end of Chicago. And then on the Pels, basically CJ on his own. CJ's 8K on FanDuel. That price is broken. He's 9,100 on DraftKings, and he's still the best option on the Pels. I think you can go to Valanciunas and Hayes on DraftKings as well. But as we look at this, Vooch basically ties Giannis. So the Giannis-Vooch combo on FanDuel would be my first two guys in. On DK, you see Drew Holiday. Sorry, I don't know why I'm mentioning Drew Holiday. You see Zach LaVine coming into the number 5 spot. But Vooch, LaVine, and DeRozan are first, fourth, and fifth on FanDuel for right now. I like this a lot. I thought CJ would rank a little bit higher. He's basically just the same as Halliburton, which I guess makes some sense. CJ doesn't have the biggest standard deviation. But like, looks good, man. Looks good. Final game. Phoenix Suns, 3.5-point dogs in Denver, 231 total. And I think we get Chris Paul back. Chris Paul is questionable. Cam Johnson is doubtful. I must have entered this wrong. There's no way if Chris Paul is back that the Suns are underdogs in this game. That's just, I don't believe that. Did I enter that line in reverse? How is Denver favored? Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. come back? There's no way Denver's favored by 4 if Chris Paul's back. What am I missing? This doesn't make any sense. Phoenix is the best team in the NBA. They're going to get their point guard back? Denver's got like a plus. It's like a 7 point. No, there's no way Denver's that favored unless Chris Paul's not. Even if Chris Paul's not playing, I don't think Denver's the favorite. I don't understand. I really, really, really don't understand. Look, I'm going to say this right now. Hit the Phoenix line. I don't think that this line stays at Denver -3 for the day. So do with that what you will. They do have the back-to-back into gravity. All right, I'm going to say that Chris Paul plays like a reasonable amount of minutes. I'm going to give Chris Paul 30. Campaign gets 18. Eaton gets 30. JaVale gets 16. Bridges gets 38. Book gets 36. We're going to bump Campaign up as well, assuming we're going to walk into like, I don't know, 26 minutes. And then we're going to get Jay Crowder in for his 26. About right. We need Shamet and Torrey Craig. Split 38 minutes. We're going to say 24 of those go to Craig and 14 of those go to Shamet. And then I need to grab new rates for Phoenix with Chris Paul available. Yeah, I don't agree with that line at all. Look, I love Denver. Even if Chris Paul is out, I'm not sure I like that line. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Paul, Booker, Ayton, all started. We'll say Campaign played in the game. And Bridges played in the game. And we'll say that Cam Johnson is off. I know that's an overly aggressive setup, but we're at the end, so. Ron, the Nuggets are favored by 3.5 or 4. All right, let's grab these rates for Phoenix. I'm really confused by that line. I'm anxious that it's Laffy and I on the strategy show this morning. I'm anxious to get his thoughts there. Because I really don't agree with it. The Suns, with basically everybody healthy, are like 8-point favorites on a neutral court against Denver. 7-point favorites on a neutral court. It's just, it doesn't swing that much. Guys, you guys are greatly overestimating what a back-to-back is worth. I don't care if they're playing that shit on the moon. All right, Chris Paul, 19.5% usage rate, 15% assist rate. Jesus, God, that guy is something else. I would just hit that line right now if I could. Wow, Devin Booker's assist rate goes down considerably. That is wild. Probably don't have to move anything else for anybody. Campaigns. Yeah, that could all stay. Start, play, off. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're good on Phoenix. We're not going to like too much of Phoenix anyway. We know Denver's not like the fastest team in the league. And then for Denver, no changes because they're the same team they've been, and yet we're treating them like they're not for reasons that don't make a ton of sense to me. Yeah, they're fully healthy. minus the guys that have just been out for ages. So we got Jokic in. That's easy. Barton playing a little bit more as of late, sort of. We have 31. Take another minute away from Bryn Forbes. Bones played a little bit less. Austin Rivers played his normal run. 30 minutes for Aaron Gordon. Yeah, that seems about right. I've got in what I would like, I guess. So we'll hit the final tables for Phoenix. Paul on FanDuel, oddly enough, at 6,500. If we get any word on his minutes, that would be the spot that I would want to go. And then on Denver, it's probably just Jokic and nothing else. Will Barton on FanDuel is 4,200. That price is incorrect. I would like to go there. Jokic should be slinging passes like clean around the moon if he were there. Well, there we go, guys. Vooch and Giannis at the top on FanDuel. Anxious to see where they come out. I assume Giannis passes Vooch just because of positionality. And we've got Giannis and Tyus Jones as your top two on DK. Jokic gets the 5th on DraftKings. Let's run some crunches. And to the 108 people that are here with 75 likes, I got the core in here, guys. I got the core. Yeah, Will Barton's price on FanDuel is very broken. Very broken. Let's see where he shows up in crunches, though. Can he make the top 10? Giannis at 61.5. Jokic at 58. Next closest guy is McCollum at 45.5. Jokic and Giannis are 12 plus points ahead of him. I wonder if we get them both. I think Vooch is going to be way too efficient to come up as the optimal center. But I think Jokic might be able to do pretty well given the value. Alrighty. FanDuelio. Optimal lineup on... That ain't it. Oh, I turned my randomness on automatically. Well, Dave, I appreciate that. I asked for that. Now I don't want it. Optimal lineup on FanDuel, 344. If he's in, Malcolm Brogdon, Tyus Jones, CJ McCollum, Buddy Hield, Giannis, Rui, Jaren Jackson, Bobby Portis, Nikola Vucevic. Looks good. Now, power rankings, I think, are going to have a different vibe. So let's check that out. Okay. I mean, Giannis pulling away by a mile. That I'm not surprised by. Very clearly the number one guy today. Don't really see what's going to change that. Morning toasted biscuits. And then we get this pack of Pacers, which is so bizarre to think about. So we go Giannis. We go Buddy Hield, Fred VanVleet, Malcolm Brogdon, Halliburton. If Brogdon is out, just think about how much better Hield and Halliburton get. We get to DeMar, Levine. Imagine how much better Levine gets if DeMar is out. CJ, Will Barton, and Pascal Siakam round out all the guys 25% or higher. We see Bobby Portis into the 20s, Chris Paul into the 20s. Vooch actually coming in a little bit lower than I was expecting. Just because there's so many other center options, whether that's paying down with Portis or going to Porzingis, paying up with Jokic. Center's going to be kind of tricky. And that Portis price is a real problem. Now we close it out with DraftKings. It's been great having you guys here. It's been I'm pretty highly energized to start off this day. It's been good. I had a good workout yesterday. I ate really well. I'm feeling pretty lightheaded. My sleep was great. If I look at my sleep score for yesterday, my readiness was 5 stars. Very high up. Got my heart rate dropping pretty well last night. Can't ask for much more. I was comfortable. We had like thunderstorms and stuff this morning. Oh, I just wanted to stay in bed. Am I seeing this right? 7:30 lock time. Yes, 7:30 lock tonight, which is annoying, but it's fine. Oh, I did it again. Optimal lineup on DraftKings. I'm going to start not running optimals first, but we'll talk about that later. All right, here we go. No surprise here. Tyus Jones, Zach LaVine, Corey Kispert, Rui, Precious, Drew Holiday, Giannis, and Goga. Not going to lie, not what I was expecting from the optimal. Let's see how different that looks as a power ranking set. Well, no surprise here. Tyus Jones is at the top. You're just not going to find easier value with Morant allegedly out. Giannis, even though the price is high, coming in pretty firmly second. LaVine looks like he's going to be a good third. If Brogdon is in, he's fourth. Might want to kick him down the list a little bit, though. And if he's out, obviously bump the other guys. Desmond Bane, Corey Kispert, Drew Holiday, Siakam, Rui. I don't have much else where it gets really flat there, but it's Tyus on his own tier. And then I'd say a group of five guys. Giannis, LaVine, Brogdon, Bane, Kispert. Now, here's the thing that I want to talk about most. One last little piece of going away information. Let's say that my optimals are exactly right. So we got Tyus at this top tier. And then I really like Giannis, LaVine, Brogdon, Bane, Kispert. That's 2 through 6. All these guys have 20 to 25% chances of being in the optimal. The real case here is likely that like 1.5 of them are really good. And that's why it's so hard. Even out of your best 6 plays, the most likely scenario here is probably 2 of them in an optimal, maybe 3 of them. So like you need a little bit of differentiation at the top, but not so much. That's where it gets kind of crazy to me. But that's DraftKings. And that's it. Up and down, 5 games, pretty easy. We're at 83 likes, 100 and something viewers. This is great. We've got a pretty easy slate tomorrow too, which is nice. I think it's 7. I think we looked at that at the end of yesterday. But, 5 gamer today, 7 tomorrow. Definitely not playing tomorrow. Going to be out of town. But you get me for the morning. You get me for, I think I'm on the strategy show. I am indeed. So you'll get me all the way through my contenders tomorrow. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all of the content that we have for the rest of the day. Again, it's me for contenders videos, strategy show, live before lock. I'm on everything today. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to Prize Picks once again for being the sponsor. Thanks, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. Good luck tonight. Keep your eyes peeled for the rest of the content. This was the process.